Everyone says like it's a privilege. I even said it. It's an honor to be in part of a title race. It's fun. It's not every club can do this. Obviously, as Arsenal fans, we are a big club. Like there are a lot of clubs that whether it be in the Championship, League One, or even a bottom tier Premier League team that don't get these opportunities. And I will say this, this is not fun. This is not fun. It was not fun when we sucked, and it's not fun now. I mean, this is stress. Watching the games, the joy comes from before and after games, like especially like when we win. But actually, during games, it's way worse. I'd rather be eighth and not giving a care in the world. Honestly, it is absolutely terrible going through this as a fan. But I'm sure for the players it is very, very fun. Apparently, there was a little bit of a spat between Gabriel and Saliba at the full-time whistle. A little bit of a push-shove argument, whatever was going on there. They did hold a clean sheet, but definitely something that they disagree with. But that's perfect. I like that. I want the standards to be very, very high, and I want everyone to hold each other accountable. So Arsenal won, Leicester City 0. A lot more to the game than the scoreline says. Arsenal were really good, but it wasn't a comfortable win. I guess you could say it was comfortable. I mean, when you have a 1-0 lead with 10 minutes to go in the Premier League, usually, and you're away from home specifically, usually you always got to hold on to it. I can't remember a chance that Leicester had. I mean, yeah, I can't remember. It just felt nervy because, there were battles going on in the middle of the park, fouls, a lot of fouls, especially the last 30 minutes of this game. A lot of gamesmanship, just going down at any sort of contact, and the referee was giving those fouls, so I think the players knew that. There was not really, I can't even think of one instance where the referee told someone to get up. I mean, literally every contact, every piece of contact, every duel was a foul one way or another between Leicester and Arsenal. And so it was definitely stop, start, stop, start. When you look at the XG, Arsenal had 0.65 and Leicester had 0.01. I think it came from the one shot in the second half against Ramsdale outside the box. Other than that, I can't think of a chance that Leicester really had. They never really threatened the box. There was a few times, especially in the first half, they caught Arsenal on the counter. But once we went 1-0 up, that really kind of stopped. And yeah, it was just a really stop-start game. Not, again, Leicester had literally no chances, really, not zero shots on target. Ramsdale had very, very, very little to do. Even Ramsdale, that might be one of the quietest games he's ever had, mainly because he wasn't necessarily being pressed to have to play out from the back a lot, especially in the first half, and I think the first 15 minutes of the second half. Maybe Leicester in the final 30 minutes tried pressing a little bit more, but they knew, Brendan Rodgers knew not to press the back line of Arsenal, so he didn't do it. And so that's what kind of led to this game just being a very tight 1-0, because Arsenal were going to be patient. They were going to play their game. They were not going to really take too many risks. That's how they play in away games, and they did that, and it really played out to be a very not the most memorable game. And I think Leicester didn't have James Maddison, so that played a part in it. But a non-memorable game, don't really care. Arsenal get the 3 points. I'm recording this before the Manchester City game against Bournemouth. Last time I recorded a video like this, I said Manchester City would beat Nottingham Forest 5-0, and it didn't happen. So I'm not going to say anything. Again, you expect Manchester City to beat Bournemouth. It's just that's what you expect. But it doesn't really matter. Again, what Arsenal have to do at this current moment with a, on same games played, a 5-point lead. Again, it could very well be 2 by the end of the day, but with same games played, and that will be finished after this week because Arsenal will play their game in hand against Everton this Wednesday, I think it is. So after that happens, then we will fully know, like, no more game in hand. That will be that. But right now it is a 5-point lead. Just win your games. It doesn't matter what Manchester City do. All Arsenal have to do is win their games. That's what they got to do. So they did it. Really, really good performances, I think, from Jorginho. I think Jorginho was immaculate. I think this is a game that really fit him. You could tell when we are going to have the ball against low blocks, Jorginho is just a... I'm not going to say he should start over Thomas Partey, but he's just such a good option to have because if Partey goes down, and let's face it, Partey's not going to play every 3 days. We have Europa League, we have Premier League. He's just not going to do that. So you're going to need Jorginho, whether it be in a Prem game, whether it be in a Europa League game. And the point is, he can do it. He can get the job done. It's just when the game gets into more of a transition phase where you can tell Jorginho struggles. And I think the other players know that, and they have to run a little bit more to cover some space in the middle of the park. I think that's maybe why you see Odegaard not getting on the ball as much, because you could see Odegaard's running a lot right now, up and down the pitch, along with Granit Xhaka, just making sure that they have control. I think that's the biggest thing that Arteta wants right now. With Jorginho in the midfield, again, Jesus is not up top. And so today you had Trossard. We'll get to him in a second. You want more control, so I think there's just going to be, that's why Arteta's really seeking about 75% possession this game before Leicester really tried going at it at the end. Trossard with an amazing goal that got counted out, or that got called out. I think it was the right call. A lot of Arsenal fans are going to say, oh, VAR called out another goal. They go to the Aston Villa game. Two wrongs don't make a right. Yes, I think the Aston Villa home game, I think it was, where Ramsdale was being held, I thought that was a foul. And I agree, the refs kind of screwed that up. But that doesn't mean that you can then make another wrong in this one. It was a foul. Ben White had Danny Ward's hand locked in. What surprised me was actually VAR caught that. That was what surprised me. I mean, it was very, you don't want to say clever. It was dark arts by Benjamin White. But it's a foul. It's a foul. I mean, Ward he literally can't use one of his hands because White has a grab on it. So I wasn't that fussed or upset with that goal being chalked off. It was an incredible goal by Trossard, but I think rightfully it was chalked off. The one that really ticked me off was the incident with Bukayo Saka in the box. Cross comes in, Saka's there, and I think the defender trips or something, but when he trips, he just has two arms around Saka and brings him down. I mean, everyone you go to will say that's a penalty. Why VAR is able to see Benjamin White's hand on Danny Ward and holding him back, yeah, I admit that's a foul. How is what happened to Saka not a foul? How? And you had literally within 20 minutes ex-Premier League referees saying, oh, it should have been a penalty. That's the stuff. VAR pisses me off to endless extents, not because of the system itself, it's because of the people in control of it. You can make one really, really good call that you caught with White and disallowing that goal, but then how do you something so obvious as bringing someone down in the box on a cross, how that's not a penalty? I mean, one time you'll see it called, one time you won't. It's just stupid. I don't want to take too much time on that, but this is happening too much, and it's just really, really frustrating. The goal by Gabriel Martinelli in the early on in the second half, really, really well taken. I got scared that he might have done his knee, but he just got stamped on there when he scored. Really, really good finish, bottom right corner. Martinelli had a really, really, really tough first half. I mean, he struggled. He got into really good positions, but the problem is he's not getting overlaps at all. You see Bukayo Saka on the right side. He gets overlaps from White sometimes, from Odegaard sometimes. Martinelli never gets the overlap. Just because the way we play, Xhaka's not really going to overlap, and Zinchenko is going to be that extra man in midfield. So Martinelli, he wants to cut in. More of the times he's forced to go to the outside, and it's just not working at the moment. I think he's struggling on that left side with the combination of Xhaka and Zinchenko. Remember, earlier in the season when he was thriving, Zinchenko was out for a lot of games. It was actually Kieran Tierney that was playing there. And even sometimes, I remember the Liverpool game, Tomiyasu was playing there. So it's just a little bit different. And I think more importantly for Martinelli is that it's not Jesus there in the front line. I think Trossard's actually a lot more similar in a way to Jesus, and then you see that Martinelli scores the goal today, and it was a beautiful nutmeg pass by Trossard. I just think what Martinelli wants is someone that's able to free, like more of a false nine, but a flowing nine that's able to go left, able to go right, and not always stay in the middle, so Martinelli can come into the middle. And Nketiah just doesn't. That's not Nketiah's game. He cannot float out to the left and right as well as Jesus, and even to an extent as well as we saw today with Trossard. And that's why a lot of people really wanted to test out, the Trossard or the Martinelli at 9. And the point is they're interchangeable. It doesn't really matter if you play Martinelli there or you play Trossard there. They are interchangeable. Trossard will come in into the midfield, come in deep, or go out to the left and allow Martinelli to interchange. And so No surprise that the assist comes from Trossard. The goal comes from Martinelli. No surprise. I think the combination of Nketiah and Martinelli, to no one's fault. It's not Martinelli's fault. It's not Nketiah's fault. It's just their two games don't really benefit each other like Jesus does for Martinelli and Martinelli for Jesus and vice versa. So yeah, it's a good result. We continue on. There's going to be another game midweek against Everton. I think the team's going to be up for that one because obviously Everton beat us. So back home at the Emirates, we've got 2 away wins. Very, very important. Away to Aston Villa, away to Leicester City. These are not relegation teams. So 2 away wins. Very, very important. Go back home for 2 games against Everton and Bournemouth. You have to get 3 points in these matches. You cannot overlook anyone. We are in this current run where we're not playing really, I think, any top 6 side until Fulham's going to be a really tough challenge. I think after the Bournemouth game is Fulham away. That's going to be a very, very tough challenge. So it is Everton, Bournemouth. I think then Fulham. I think Crystal Palace and Leeds are somewhere in there, and then Liverpool away sometime in April. So you do have Europa League as well. So we have a relatively nice run of fixtures. We've gotten 2 wins. Just keep the foot on the pedal. Keep going. Stay focused. Win, win, win. You just got to keep winning matches. Doesn't matter if it's 1-0, 5-2, 5-4, 6-0. It doesn't matter. Just get the wins. Put in the performances. Play the way you play. And hopefully the results come your way. That is it for me, guys. Make sure you subscribe for more Arsenal content and all that good stuff, for match reviews and all the good stuff around Arsenal. And let's enjoy the rest of the Saturday and tomorrow as well. Happy birthday to me as well. I'm going to go enjoy my birthday tonight. I was really nervous about Arsenal losing, because if they lost today, my mood would be ruined the whole day, and I did not want that for my birthday. So I can enjoy my birthday now. I'm going to get this uploaded and go hang out with my friends and all that stuff. So take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.